Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the virtual career fair for East Central Minnesota. My name is Kelly Garrids, and I work for Career Force with the Department of Employment and Economic Development. We want to welcome you this morning to the event. We're very excited to have you with us. We are looking for new ways to connect you with employers, and we're very excited to have with us today 6 employers from East Central Minnesota who are looking for candidates for the exciting opportunities that they have for you today. We are always looking with Central Minnesota to connect employers and job seekers, but COVID has definitely changed the way that we are connecting these days. And so we are trying some different options, and virtual services is definitely one of the ways that we are doing this. With that being said, I want to get into today's agenda. What you're going to notice on your screens is on the right hand of your screen, you're going to notice a Q&A box. I want you to go ahead and put any questions that you have that come up during today's session in that Q&A box. Those questions could pertain to any of the opportunities that you hear from our employers today. We can definitely ask those on your behalf. This is your career fair, so we want you to definitely engage with those employers. So if you hear something that they have said that you're like, hey, I want to hear more about that, please put those questions in that Q&A box, and we will definitely ask those and have those employers explain more about that or expand on that, give you more details, those sorts of things. Or maybe you want to know something more about the company culture or what they're doing about certain aspects of their growth or whatever. You put those questions in there, we'll ask it for you. So definitely put those questions in that Q&A box, and me and Rebecca from Career Force, we're going to put those questions to the employers. So, but what we've got going for you today is we've got 6 employers, as I stated. We've got Labor Solutions. We've got Lisa and Sandy with us today. They're going to talk about opportunities that they have. We also have Josie with us from Community Living Options. We've got Jessica with us from Volunteers of America. We also have with us Lisa from Dairy Farmers of America. We have Emily with us from Atlas Staffing. And then we also have with us Carly from Mille Lacs County. And Carly's got a couple of guest speakers who are going to be joining us also, so that'll be exciting. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Lisa and Sandy. So are you guys ready to go? Lisa and Sandy?
Yeah.
All righty, the ball is yours. Your slide is up. Go ahead and talk.
All right, we're an on-site labor solutions. It's an on-site temp company, and we're looking for help for a company that's been a family-owned business going back to 1940. They've got 5 different sites. One's in Illinois, Wisconsin, Nebraska, and 2 in Minnesota here. They're a full-service plastic product manufacturer. They're looking, and they hire for first, second, and third shift, ranging from $13 an hour up to $14.50. And currently, right now, we're looking for help on first and second shift as mold operators.
So what kind of skills are you looking for with a mold operator?
Basically, they're checking the parts when they come out of the mold, cleaning them up, and making sure that they're good quality to be able to be shipped out. And they do full training on the job also.
Is it possible for you to share a little bit more about the job location in Mora?
It's probably about, would you say about a half mile from the stoplights, maybe, Sandy?
What happened?
And when you get to the stoplights and more by the hospital, it's probably just maybe mile down the road.
Okay, and what company is it that they're, your Labor Solutions, providing the staffing for a company? Can you share a little bit more about the company itself, where they will be working? I mean, not just the physical location, but a little bit more about the company.
What do you mean?
Like which company are you providing staffing for? You mentioned it was a plastics company.
Yeah, commercial plastics, right, in Mora.
Okay. And what are some of the products that they put out? Just to help people kind of get an idea. It's kind of cool to know like what's being made in the community or what kind of things, you know, ultimately the parts will end up in.
They've got a wide variety of customers, but I know there's some like for John Deere, Bosch. I mean, they do products for quite a few different companies.
Anything else that you guys would like to add? If you're interested in applying for the Labor Solutions positions, you can contact Lisa Anderson. Her contact information is 320-515-0341. She's also got her email address listed there. If you're interested in working for them, give her a call. She's also got her web address listed up there, www.lsapply.com. Can they apply online, Lisa?
Yes, they can.
Okay, so you have an online application?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and move on to Josie. Josie, are you ready to go?
I am ready.
All right. I'm having a few issues with my computer this morning, so hopefully this is going to work out here. All right, there we go. So your slides are up, Josie.
Okay, and are we starting with the direct support professional one, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I know what's on the screen currently.
Yes.
Okay, so hello, my name is Josie Hatfield. I am the Career Development Coordinator here at Community Living Options, or CLO. We are hiring for direct support professionals currently. As you can see on the screen, there's two common questions that I get when I speak to applicants or potential applicants is, what does a direct support professional do, and what is the pay, and are there benefits? So kind of a laundry list of things that you might do as a direct support professional is listed there. Some individuals need personal cares, others don't. They're more independent. You could be doing activities in the community. Right now with COVID, it's more limited than ordinary, but there are some activities that are still occurring, socially distant activities with the individuals who aren't needing to still social distance. So there are some that have integrated a little more back into the community, and others are still isolating. We assist our individuals with financial management, budgeting, helping them make their shopping lists so that they don't overspend, independent living skills, assisting them with learning how to cook, clean, do their grooming independently, plan their activities, etc., implementing behavioral programming, recording pertinent information for programs and health-related issues that may come up. We plan activities around the house as well and assist individuals with those, baking, crafts, board games, walks, watching movies or TV, kind of anything that we all do in our own homes, they just need help with. And then there's some medications that some individuals are on, and so we assist with that, and we teach and or instruct individuals in non-programming everyday living activities. And then what's the pay? So we start at $12.55 an hour. That's the starting wage. We have differentials for weekends and overnights for 50 cents each per hour. So if you worked an overnight on a weekend, you would get both. We also have homes that have differentials. So some homes pay more than others. $1 to $2 more typically are the differentials, but we do have one that pays $4 more an hour, and that's generally based on need. If there are higher needs in the home, then there's the differential that goes along with that house. So any hours worked there, you would have the extra differential. And then we also pay $6 more an hour on any of our 8 CLO holidays. So we are currently hiring full-time, part-time, and relief. Relief positions, the minimum requirements for that is 24 hours per month. 12 of them have to be on a weekend. So it's pretty low. Most people want to work more than that, so they have no trouble, meeting those requirements. We also, we're hiring for homes. We have homes all the way from Stillwater, Woodbury, White Bear, Hugo, Scandia, Forest Lake, Ham Lake, East Bethel, Stacy, North Branch, Harris, Pine City, and Sandstone, and a lot of areas in between there. So pretty much up the 35 corridor from the metro all the way to Sandstone. My information is listed on the second slide. You can apply for our jobs at clo-mn.com/jobs, or you can give me a call, 651-237-1087, and I can schedule an interview with you, and you can fill out the application here, paper and pen. I think I've covered it all. Is there any questions?
So, Josie, tell me, what's the best thing about your jobs?
I think that it's really rewarding work. You're not kind of punching a clock and doing the same thing over and over and over again either. It's kind of different every day. You have your daily routine, but because you're working with people, every day is a little different. The needs are a little different from day to day. The activities are a little different from day to day. So it's never kind of that mundane, day-to-day, repetitive work that some jobs have. And some people like that, but others really, really love the kind of variety of things that you do here at CLO.
And maybe on the flip side of that, what's maybe the most challenging thing about your jobs?
Probably the most challenging part of our job is watching someone struggle, whether it's because of extensive health needs or because of mental health issues. That's hard. It's hard to watch someone suffer, but we're also in a role where we can help with that. And so it's also kind of a double-edged sword where it's rewarding work, but also can be sort of heartbreaking.
Okay. Again, if you have questions for our employers, feel free to put those in the Q&A box.
One thing I failed to mention is there's no experience required. We provide all training. So if you have experience, it's helpful, but it's not required. We can and do hire people without experience, and we provide the training needed.
That's great information for people to know. So for those of you who are maybe looking at changing careers or looking for something different to do, this would be a great opportunity to try something different. Have a job where you're helping other people, and they're willing to train you on those opportunities. So this is a great opportunity for people who are looking for something new and different to try.
Yep, I would agree. We have a lot of people that switch and start a new field here with us. Yep.
All right.
Do you want me to mute or?
Rebecca, did you have any questions for Josie?
I don't have any additional ones right now. Those were good ones that you tossed in there, Kelly. So thanks. And I don't see any in the box yet either.
Just hang on. We just had one that popped up. Hang on.
Yep.
I don't know. How many staff are at each location?
How many total staff, or maybe per shift? Is that the question?
I'm thinking it's per shift. The question is how many staff are at each location?
Okay, so typically during the wake hours, we have 2 to 3 staff on, and then on the overnights, we typically have 1 overnight staff, unless it's a home where people frequently wake up in the night, and then we might have an asleep overnight along with the awake overnight.
Yeah, they're asking if you're ever alone.
Not often, unless you're one-to-one with someone. Typically, in a typical year, without kind of what's going on with COVID, our individuals would be at work or school during the day. And so if someone stayed home and we called someone and asked if they could work that day, they might be on their own with that person. But typically, no. We have people scheduled together.
Okay. And then is there room for advancement with community living options?
Absolutely. I started here 7 years ago, and I've moved steadily up the kind of ladder. So, I mean, there's definitely advancement opportunities. I started out as a direct support professional. I moved to a house manager, then a designated coordinator, managing a neighborhood of homes, and now I'm here doing all of the hiring and training. So I would say yes, absolutely, there is.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions? You guys are awesome. Thanks for putting those questions in the Q&A box.
All right, thank you. I'll go ahead and mute.
All right, thanks, Josie. All right, next up, Dairy Farmers of America. Lisa, are you ready?
I'm ready. Hi,
Right.
my name is Lisa. I'm the Area Human Resource Manager for Dairy Farmers of America. And we currently have line shift operators, and we also have master shift operators available. And to apply for these careers, if you go to dfamilk.com/careers, and then you're going to want to search Delbo for all the openings. I failed to put my information up there, but you can also email myself for any questions or call me. My email is lwagner@dfamilk.com. My phone number is 612-393-4042. Some information regarding these positions: the line shift operator, that starts at $16.39 an hour, and that's the training rate. And when somebody is fully trained in, there is a $1 increase. And then for the master operation technician, that'll start at $21.08 an hour. And then once that position is trained in, there's a $1 increase as well. And I know for the other jobs that people have talked about, people have asked if there's room for advancement, and there is room for advancement as well with Dairy Farmers of America. And I always say grow our own. So I often will post jobs internally and have people apply from within. And so I do the same with all jobs that we have available. I did put up here what some of the requirements are, just a summary of what these jobs entail. And so for a line operator, some of the things that you do is you set up the operation of equipment. You're weighing and filling containers, you're monitoring the equipment, you're opening cheese, and you're loading and wrapping pallets, you're cleaning and sanitizing equipment. It is important to accurately keep records and safely operate all the equipment. It is hard work, and you're lifting 50 pounds at a pretty consistent rate. And then of course, any other jobs or duties assigned by management as needed. Some requirements that are needed is good communication skills. It is a teamwork environment. So we do need someone who is a team player. We do currently we're working 12-hour shifts. We do require a high school diploma or equivalent, and the ability to follow food safety procedures, because this is a food manufacturing environment. And so we produce product that we ship to all over the world. And so it is important that we keep this product safe, because it is consumed by families and people all over the world. We do offer paid time off, paid sick time, holiday pay, company match, 401k, short-term disability, health, dental, vision insurance. And the health, dental, and vision is available after it's on the first day of the month following that you have been hired. And then we also have a $600 sign-on bonus. Are there any questions?
Yeah, we had a couple questions. So they asked us to put your contact information in the Q&A box, which I've already done for you, Lisa.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. But they did also ask, how often do you need office staff workers?
Honestly, I haven't had an office staff position open up too frequently. People have gotten in our roles in the office staff, and they stay pretty for quite a while. So I haven't had a position open up yet. Actually, I take that back. It was probably probably a year ago. So I currently don't have any office staff positions. Are there any other questions?
It looks like we do have a new question. It says, how would you describe the culture?
The culture, I would say, we do strive to have a high level of transparency. Communication is huge. So from management to production floor, from myself, it's huge to have a high level of communication, and that's why it's important to have good communication skills. If there's something going on, if someone's not happy about something, or safety is huge, we really strive to have good communication. A high level of engagement is also huge. So having employees who are really engaged, and also we believe in having a work-life balance. So dedicated employees who, when you're scheduled to work, that you're going to show up to work, or we all have things that come up. So if next Monday that you're not able to make it to work, that you plan that out with your supervisor to have next Monday off. We really do strive to work with the employees, and that the employees work with their supervisors to plan things off, to plan their days off. It's just really important to make sure that that we keep this like even flow. It's just important that way the business continuity keeps going, and that way the employee has a good work-life balance.
All right, thank you.
So we got another question come in. With 12-hour shifts, do employees generally work overtime?
So as of right now, they don't work. If they do want to work overtime, they will sign up for overtime. Just as a safety precaution, our safety environmental person has recommended, and we've kept in place, that people should not work more than more than 4 12s in a row, just because it's not safe for people. People need to be able to rest and get rejuvenated. So with that being said, people are able to sign up for a limited amount of overtime if it's available. So I don't want to say no, there's not overtime, because that's not accurate. However, safety is number one, and there is overtime. People do work overtime, but it's safety first. So people aren't allowed to work 10 12-hour days, if that makes sense.
It does. All right, thank you for the questions, and thank you, Lisa, for presenting.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next employer, Atlas Staffing. Emily, are you ready to go?
I'm ready when you are.
All right, your slides are up.
Okay, so as you can see on the first slide then, my name's Emily Lindberg. I'm the regional recruiter for our northern region of Atlas Staffing, which consists of our Elk River, Monticello, Anoka, and St. Cloud offices. Keep in mind though, even though our offices are in those specific cities, we do hire for numerous companies across the state of Minnesota. Atlas is a Minnesota-owned and operated employment agency, so we have grown to 13 locations across the state and growing. We are one of the
largest employment agencies in the state, and we specialize in light industrial and manufacturing industries. We also hire for the office and administrative industries, as well as internal opportunities within Atlas as well, which could be anything from, management, sales, staffing coordinators, regional recruiting like myself, and things of that nature. So at the bottom, you can see my contact information. Again, I do kind of, my focus is the northern region, but I am able to connect someone with any of our locations. We do also have Coon Rapids and Mounds View. They hire for companies in Cambridge, in Mora, in Harris, Coon Rapids and Mounds View, obviously. So we hire for quite a few well-known large-scale companies across the state. And if we go ahead and move to the next slide, these are some of the positions that we're hiring for through our Elk River location. Keep in mind too, our openings are subject to change depending on availability because we hire for so many companies, and a lot of these companies have numerous positions within their company that they're hiring for at any given time. Our openings obviously can change as well. So currently, these are some of the positions that we are hiring for through Elk River that you can go ahead and review. If you notice, a lot of them have entry level listed with them, which means there is no experience required. The company would train on those positions. So if that's not listed, then there is some sort of experience required to start the position. How to apply is listed down at the bottom. Again, you can reach out to me directly and I can connect you with any of our locations. However, as a secondary form of contact, you can visit our website and apply online and submit your application to our Elk River location, or you can call or email the office if you have any questions as well. So that's kind of the overview of our positions for Elk River, if there's any questions about that at all. Or if you ladies have any questions you want me to elaborate on.
So when you're applying with Atlas, Emily, do you have the ability to apply in person too, or are you simply having them apply online?
Absolutely, yeah, we have both options. Our offices are fully open to the public. So we prefer if we can schedule an application appointment just so we can kind of monitor, how many people are in our lobby at a given time. We do get walk-ins pretty frequently as well. So you can call the office or myself to schedule an appointment to come in to apply. However, we do have walk-ins available, which you can just come into the office. All of our locations are open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. So if you don't want to kind of have that designated time scheduled for you, we do have that option too.
And I would anticipate with some of these positions that you have listed here that it would depend on the vendor that you're working with. But let's say somebody has maybe a scattered work history or something like that. Would you be open to working with those particular individuals who maybe their work history is not solid?
Yes, I mean, obviously it varies depending on our client companies as far as what they're looking for. But especially with the entry-level positions, the beauty of working with an employment agency is you have the opportunity to try these positions and make sure it's a mutual fit between you and the company. So, even if you haven't entirely figured out your career path or you've tried a few different jobs that are listed on your resume, they're willing to take someone in and train them and see if it's a good fit for you. So you don't necessarily have to have steady experience or experience specific to that position to be able to get the job. We have quite a few different positions available. These aren't even close to all of them. This is some of the more recent positions we've had available, over this week and last. So, we pretty much have something for everyone. We try to make it so if you come in to apply with Atlas, you don't leave without a position.
So with Atlas, do you guys also do what I would consider more permanent hiring too, or are you guys strictly, I guess, the common misconception that a lot of people have with staffing companies is, well, they only do temp work. I'm not interested in temp work. So,
Yes, yeah.
and so,
We get that, we get that a lot. Yeah, that misconception is definitely out there. And, I can't speak for all employment agencies. There are, potentially some out there that do focus on temporary work.
Mhm.
I would say we have a little bit of everything across the board. Most of our positions that we hire for are full-time trial to hire positions, which means, the goal between us and the client company is that you be hired on permanently. Typically, there's that trial period where you would be an employee of Atlas working at the company. Typically, that's about 480 hours or about 90 days before the company could officially hire you on permanently. Basically, what that allows us to do is just make sure it's a mutual fit for you. You like the position and you want to be hired on, as well as the company, just making sure that everything is mutual and working well. But yes, a lot of our positions, and most of them actually, are trial to hire with the goal of you being hired on permanently. However, we do get some positions here and there that are entry level temporary or projects. For example, we have a company in Otsego that does what's called rework. So there's projects in the production area where if anything got messed up in production, these people are reboxing, parts, putting manuals in the boxes, switching the boxes out. So you can see that listed on the slide as well, the production packaging rework position. So that's short-term projects. So essentially we have mostly trial to hire, but we do get temporary and short-term projects as well.
Thank you for clarifying that for people, because I know I get that question a lot when I suggest staffing companies as an option. I get that, well, I'm not interested in temporary work. I want a regular job. I'm like, well,
right. We get that question a lot too. And these are, the companies we work for and with are very well-known, large scale companies. Right. So a lot of the time they streamline their hiring process through us because, quite frankly, they don't have the time to dedicate to, a hands-on hiring process themselves. Right. So they have the jobs available and we have the people that are looking for jobs. So it's a great partnership. Coming through us to the company is the exact same process of someone going to the company directly. It's just streamlined through us.
Exactly. All righty. Yeah. Rebecca, do you have any other questions you'd like answered?
It looks like someone would like to know if you could describe some of the office and administrative positions that you might have available.
Sure. So I don't have any currently listed on here. If you go to the next slide as well, that's going to be positions through our Anoka location. So it's the same type of layout, but it gives you how to apply at the bottom for our Anoka location as well. So as far as office and administrative positions, we specialize in light industrial and manufacturing. So the bulk of the companies and the positions we hire for are going to be more in the, warehouse type of atmosphere. But actually more and more we are getting office administrative, accounts payable, receivable types of positions in. And they do fill very quickly because it is a industry that, a lot of people are interested in. So I don't have a specific position right now to give details on, but typically when we have those positions that come in, it's typically for, a company that's in that light industrial manufacturing industry, just on the office side of things. We get receptionists, we get, general customer service, we get telemarketing. For example, on the Elk River slide, there is a telemarketer position listed for a trucking company. And now then, that one's starting out at $15 an hour. That is a short-term position, really just trying to catch up with, the offices having to be closed lately and things like that. So that's an example. We do hire, though, for full-time trial to hire office and administrative positions as well. Just know that they're typically going to be in the light industrial field for a company that's, in that industry as well.
All right, thanks. That's all we have specific to this for now.
All right. All right. Thank you, Emily.
Perfect.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're moving on to Jessica. It's your turn. Are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right.
I'm Jessie Gustafson, so I'm the Training and HR QA Manager for Volunteers of America. We are also currently looking for DSPs, or Direct Support Professionals. Want to encourage people to become essential workers. What we do is essential. There's job security in it, and it's career with purpose. It's helping people with special needs. So I know that might be a concern for some people with coronavirus is job security, and what we do will always be needed. And we actually have an increased need for DSPs right now as some of their work programs are shut down. So we do the residential services for people with special needs, so we help them in their home. So if you could move to the next slide, Kelly. We do have direct support professional positions in Cambridge, Mora, Princeton, Malacca, Foley, Columbia Heights, and St. Paul. We do have, most of those sites are group home facilities where we have just a regular residential home with 4 people with special needs that live in those homes. And then we provide 24/7 staffing for those clients. They used to go to day programs. Some are slowly going back to that and going to like a work program during the day. But for most of our homes, we have clients home 24/7 that need help. We also have an in-home program in those areas where we do one-on-one going out to their home. We actually have about 90 clients that we go out into their home and provide some one-on-one support. So some of the job duties that you would do in either setting, in a group home or going into their home, might include things like helping them with cooking and cleaning or household chores, giving them encouragement in financial management or behavior management, just saying maybe that's not an appropriate way to handle that type of situation. Maybe some people just need help with getting rides to medical appointments, or need help with healthcare management, or helping with their medications. It might be just that they aren't able to drive themselves. So being a driver, being able to give them those transportation, helping them with shopping, community activities, things of that nature. No experience is required to do be a DSP. We do a lot of training. All of the training is provided and is paid. If it's something new to you, don't feel intimidated by trying something new. As long as you're a caring person, I think that's the biggest part of what you need for this job, is that you care and want to help people. And that makes it a little bit more than just a job with a paycheck too. It's a job with purpose. Right now we also have a $300 hiring bonus after 6 months of employment. So we do have DSP positions are currently starting at $11.25 an hour for all of the northern region. Down in Columbia Heights and St. Paul, we can offer a higher wage. But our DSPs, basically what's required is the ability to pass a state background check, because we do work with vulnerable adults. That is a requirement. For the $11.25 an hour, you do need to be over 18. We can hire 16 to 18-year-olds, but they would be considered an aide position at a lower wage, and then they would not be able to do things like work past 10 o'clock. They wouldn't be able to pass medications, and they wouldn't be able to do transportation for us until you're 18. And we can hire non-drivers if you're over 18, you have a high school diploma or GED, and have the ability to pass a state background check. We just reduce the wage 50 cents an hour for those individuals. And then we also have a wonderful benefit package. For part-time employees, we have benefits like discounted home and auto insurance, an employee assistance program, family protection plan. All employees, if they work a holiday, get paid holiday pay. We do observe 8 different holidays, and holiday pay is double pay. It's the hours worked plus holiday pay on top of that. And we also have retirement plan options for part-time employees. We offer our full benefit package if you work 30 hours a week or more. Great medical and dental, optional extra vision care plan. VOA pays 100% for life insurance and disability insurances, so those are completely free for employees. And then we do have health savings account, flexible spending account options, and then very generous vacation and sick time as well. Our vacation and sick time, for an example, for the first 3 years for new employees that are hourly DSPs can get up to 3 weeks of paid time off for the first 3 years, and then it grows from there. So that's something I really appreciate about Volunteers of America as well, is that we definitely are concerned about that family balance, work-life balance, and want people to take time off. As caregivers, you can give so much of yourself. So we want to make sure that our employees are taking the time to take care of themselves too. It's hard to give from an empty cup. So we really encourage our staff to make sure that they have a well-life balance. So to see all of our current openings or submit an application, you can apply online to our website. It's just voamnwi.org/careers. We are in Minnesota and Wisconsin. That'll give a listing of all of our different opportunities. Today I'm just talking about our DSP positions in the local area, but we do have other divisions of the organization and different positions available as well. And as soon as a DSP application is submitted, I contact those employees to do phone interviews. So, any questions?
So Jesse, can you tell us what you guys are doing to protect not only your employees, but your clientele with this COVID pandemic?
Absolutely. So our staff do need to wear face masks when working with clients. At the beginning of every shift, all of the employees need to take their temperature and answer a series of COVID related questions just to verify that everybody is healthy on the beginning of their shift. In the group home facilities, we also take the temperatures and oxygen levels of our clients in the homes twice a day to make sure they're staying healthy. For the in-home, if you go to a client's home, we have given thermometers or make sure everybody has access to a thermometer to take temperatures of the clients that we're working with in their homes, and also asking those questions. So just doing those daily checks every day, and then wearing that preventative face mask, and of course lots of cleaning procedures in our facilities on a regular basis, and arming those people that go into clients' home with needed supplies to stay as sanitary as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So do we have any questions from our job seekers? I'm waiting to see if they come up on the Q&A questions here. Rebecca, do you have any questions?
I don't see any new ones on the Q&A. I don't know if I have any more myself, but we'll have some Q&A time. If anyone has any, please put it in the box, but we'll catch any others at the end as well, if you think of them. Not
Okay.
right now.
All right. All right. Well, then, thank you, Jess. We'll move on then to our next employer, Mille Lacs County. Carly, are you ready to go?
Okay, I'm sorry, I was unmuting myself. Did you say Mille Lacs County?
Mille Lacs County. And I think your guest
Perfect.
speakers joined us, but I might have muted one of them.
Okay. Yes, I was hitting *69 to unmute when you introduced me, so I wasn't quite sure. But thank you very much for allowing us to participate today. Mille Lacs County is located in central Minnesota. Our current job openings are posted on this first slide. You can see the link for that, and our applications are done through an online process. However, if someone has trouble applying or spotty internet access, I'm certainly willing to assist individuals if they'd prefer to come in and apply. They would just need to get ahead of me, in touch with me ahead of time, since I'm a combination of off-site and on-site depending on the requirements for that day. But if we set that up, I would be happy to help with it. On that millacs.mn.gov website, there is also some information about job interest cards, where applicants can view the different categories of jobs that may be posted at any given time. And so if you select a few categories on that, you can actually receive email notifications every time a job of interest is posted. That way you can make sure that you don't miss out. The second slide that I'll move us to is our Correctional Officer posting. This is one of our two current vacancies right now. And the Correctional Officer controls access in and out of the jail facility, maintains some safety and security of the personnel and inmates within the facility. And this slide has some general information with that. I have our Program Coordinator, Dustin, and our Recreation Director, John Henderson, on the phone that I'll ask them to give you an overview of kind of the day-to-day operations, the standard schedule, and also opportunities for advancement. I'll discuss a little bit more, but I'd like them to cover a little bit about things like FTO and DRT and some of those specialty things. So I will turn this over to them at this time.
Thanks, Carly. I'm Dustin. I'm the program coordinator at the Mille Lacs County Jail. My main responsibilities are overseeing the programming and folks who are sentenced from the courts to do jail time. But a main scheduling for the jail, we work 2 day shifts and we run 2 night shifts. They work 12-hour shifts, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. and 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. A regular work schedule is working every other weekend, to where essentially the schedule falls to where you work 6 out of 7 days and then you have 6 out of 7 days off. A regular work day would look like starting your day with a post briefing. Then it goes into informal count of the inmates that are in your housing unit. And then as far as regular tasks would be overseeing medication delivery, overseeing meal delivery, ensuring just the overall well-being of all inmates in your housing unit, and then also preparing inmates for court, dealing with attorney visits, dealing with personal visits from family and friends, and then also just handling general questions and conflicts that may arise in your unit, and just maintaining the overall good order. As far as other special assignments that are available, we have our DRT team, our disturbance response team, which is a specialized team that deals with high pressure incidents, high risk movement of inmates. and that's just appointed on letters of interest from the person that's working, as well as a recommendation from your supervisor. Also, we have other duties inside the facility, such as our master control worker. They would be the person who oversees all doors, the opening of all doors, and basically overseeing the movement of everyone in the facility. So nobody goes anywhere without the master control supervisor allowing them to make any kind of movement. That's just kind of a brief overview of the scheduling in a regular day, and I'll turn it back over to Carly.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So the great thing about this position is, correctional officer is our general posting with the standard essential functions, what the job kind of looks like across the board. But the great things that Dustin covered are the opportunities for advancement are not only promotion within the open union vacancies as they come along. In that case, of course, internal or union candidates receive preference. So there are opportunities for advancement not only with job postings, but some of those specialty things that he talked about, really correctional officers have opportunities to be as involved as they want with the position and really get to expand that training and experience in a way as much as they are interested in with what's available. A common question that we get from candidates with this position is, prior experience or training or those types of things. It's not uncommon for someone to come into this field without prior experience, and those folks make wonderful additions to our team. Experience, of course, is always preferred when we have somebody applying, but it's also really great to get somebody looking for a career change or somebody just coming into the career field, and the training for this position is extensive. The first week is classroom training. After that, the candidate would move to the FTO or field training officer phase of the training, which they would shadow another employee and be able to have on-the-job training to know what they need before they were kind of released onto their own. And even once assigned on your own, there are generally teams scheduled throughout different schedules throughout the day. So the training and opportunities for advancement, not only with job advancement, but career opportunities within the correctional officer posting are a great thing that we like to cover with this. So next, I will move us to the senior highway maintenance worker. One thing, skipping back to correctional officer, the minimum qualifications are listed as well. Requires a high school diploma and 2 years of experience working in a role that requires interaction with others, or an equivalent combination of education and experience. So if anyone has any questions about the minimum qualifications or anything else, I'll be happy to elaborate. The senior highway maintenance worker, our final slide, maintains the road, the bridges, and right-of-ways in a safe condition while adhering to safety procedures. There are 2 potential locations for this posting that the candidates may be assigned to, either the Malacca or the walk-on location. This requires a high school diploma or an equivalent and 3 years of related work experience or an equivalent combination of education and experience. The specific thing with the senior highway maintenance worker is one of the requirements is, of course, having a Class A or CDL license to be able to operate the heavy equipment and be licensed. So with some of that general information, I will turn things over to Neil, our county engineer, to tell you a little bit more about the position.
Good morning, and thanks, Carly. A little bit more about this position is, obviously, you get a chance to work with your hands and be outside during the summer. We do have kind of a flexible schedule. During the summer, we work a 4-10 schedule, so we have every Friday off, which is nice. During the winter, obviously, we'd be working, plowing snow and doing things like that, which, provides the opportunity to actually earn some extra overtime with regards to that. So that's always a nice perk. If you're looking for a job that, has a chance to, work outside and make the community a better place, maintaining bridges and roads and right-of-way. Some of the summer jobs include, plowing or blading the edge of the roads and mowing and whatnot. But working with a great group of people, honestly, there's some really fantastic guys in this crew. We're just looking for 2 high-quality candidates to join our team and help us out here in Mille Lacs and make it a better place to live and work.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Neil. So some of the benefits that would be covered are there are medical, dental, and life provided by the employer. There are a couple options with each of those. Some of the options would include a portion of the employee's expense along with the county contributions. There are ancillary benefits such as additional life, short-term and long-term disability, things like that. Of course, PARA, the standard retirement that you hear about with public employment, is a fantastic option. We also work with retirement groups that employees can contribute to their retirement in a separate account if they would like to. So a very comprehensive benefits package with it. Both of these positions that we covered today are union positions. Correctional officer is covered by the Teamsters Jail Bargaining Unit. The senior highway maintenance worker is Local 49. And again, the great thing about that is within those unions, there are opportunities for advancement where internal or union candidates would have preference over external candidates. So getting in for these really opens up a lot more opportunities down the road as well. Of course, being a public employer, serving the public in these roles are very, very satisfying careers and kind of a cool, unique thing to do. So yeah, if anyone has any questions more about the benefits or Mille Lacs County or anything else that we do here, I would be happy to answer those.
All right. Carly, I was wondering, you mentioned the Class A CDL is something required for the highway maintenance worker. Are there any options to train for that with you, or that's something that people should do out before they apply?
For this position, it needs to be obtained prior to the application. It's a minimum qualification to be able to come in because once somebody starts, they'll need that to be able to operate the equipment. So it is a prior minimum qualification required.
Okay. And so if anyone's on the call that maybe is finding themselves not currently working, maybe dislocated from a job, keep in mind that you can talk to people at your Career Force office about maybe the opportunity to get your CDL with some assistance from those programs. If this might be something that you're interested in, you can check into dislocated worker programs, perhaps, for that.
That's an excellent point. Thank you very much.
Let's see. Did anyone have any questions they wanted to post into the chat? Now, those were really good descriptions of information and the jobs themselves. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
All right, I don't see any posted, but please, if you come up with something new, just get it posted in there. We'll have a little bit of time, perhaps yet.
Yep.
For final questions.
Yeah. Thank you, Carly.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We did have one question come back in for Lisa with Dairy Farmers of America. Lisa, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. We had a question come in that said, when you're looking at candidates, do you look mainly for people who have some connection to a farm or that kind of an industry?
No, we don't. We do on the job training. We do, one of our main requirements is a high school diploma or equivalent. We do look and see, if they have had manufacturing experience. However, that's not a deal breaker by any means. So, like I said, we have on the job training, and we're willing to train.
All right. Thank you for answering that for us.
I had one question kind of going all the way back to the beginning with labor solutions. I know with Atlas, they mentioned temp to hire or only temp. Do you guys have opportunities? Are you only temporary or are the positions temp to hire? You maybe said that, but it's just something that popped into my mind that people might like to know.
They're all temp to hire positions right now.
Okay. And is there a certain period of time that people do the temporary and before they get hired?
And it's right around that 90-day mark.
Okay, thanks.
All right, well, we're getting ready to wrap up our hiring event for the day. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds here to post any final questions that you might have for our employers into the Q&A box. I want to let you guys know that we are still closed to the public at Career Force. However, we do have a lot of opportunities for virtual services. I have posted on the slide right now our contact information for both the Mora and the Cambridge location. If you want to get a hold of Career Force staff at Mora, please feel free to call 320-679-6484, or you can email careerforce.mora, M-O-R-A, @state.mn.us. And if you're trying to get a hold of Career Force staff at Cambridge, please feel free to call 763-279-4492. Or again, you can email us at careerforce.cambridge@state.mn.us. We're still available here to help you with your job searching needs, whether you need a resume reviewed, you need some help getting ready for that next interview with one of our lovely employers who are with us today, or maybe there's a new employer out there that we haven't talked to yet that you have been talking to who you want to interview with. We're here to help you with any of those needs, or as Rebecca stated, maybe you want to talk with one of us about the dislocated worker program or one of our other programs about getting training or some other resources that we have available. Please feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. That's what we're here to help you with. Any questions, guys?
And Kelly, I might just add that in Cambridge, only the Cambridge location, you can call ahead and schedule a visit if you need access to computers or those items that are in our resource area. It is by appointment only, and so you do definitely need to call ahead first. But if that's something that you need some access to, please go ahead and call and see about an appointment for that as well.
Perfect. Good to know.
And I just want to also, I'm sure Kelly will too, but I just want to thank all of our employers for participating today and our job seekers as well. As Kelly said in the beginning, it's a kind of a new opportunity to provide a virtual hiring event instead of that traditional in-person that we're all much more used to. So we want to thank everyone for giving it a try, and then, you know, hoping that this can be a successful model for us to provide benefit to the businesses and to all of you as job seekers into the future as well. So thanks for giving us a try today.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. I will be following up with a copy of the PowerPoint slide deck today and a recording version of, yep, I recorded all of you. You didn't know that, but I recorded all of us. So I'll send out the slide deck and the recorded version of today's event to all of you, so you'll have that for prosperity. But I hope you all have a great day, and happy job searching. Thank you.